Ladies, let's be honest. Embracing femininity isn't about wearing pink, glittery skirts and dresses every single day. It's not even about whispering every word you say when you speak. It's beyond that. It's about an aura. Femininity is really about a presence. It's also about a mindset that radiates elegance, that radiates femininity, and grace effortlessly. However, in today's fast-paced world where strength is often confused with hardness, many women struggle to balance power with softness. So the question is, how do you master the art of softness while maintaining your strength as a woman? And that's exactly what we're going to be diving into in today's video. So roll the intro. Welcome to the Chic Evolution, your ultimate destination for fashion, beauty, and empowerment. I am a former top model and multiple beauty pageant winner. I've had the privilege of walking the runways from America to Europe. I've graced magazine covers, and my passion for helping others has empowered me to uplift those around me. So join me as I share insider tips on style, confidence, and living your best chic life. Because at the Chic Evolution, confidence is always in season. Welcome back to our little corner of the internet where we explore all things fashion, all things empowerment, and of course, all things femininity. Before we get started, you know the drill. Please do take the time to subscribe to my channel, to like this video, and to share this content for more videos like this. And if you are new on this channel, over here we like to start each video by lighting up a candle just for the good vibes. And towards the end of the video, we turn it off and I send you with a kind and uplifting affirmation. And I always invite you, if you have a candle at home, to also just light it up with me so you can join in this little practice. So here it is. Here's our candle of the day. Oh, by the way, it's called Pink Sunrise. It's the same candle as last time. So let's jump right into it. And the first subject on this list is how you speak. So it's easy to believe that being heard requires being the loudest voice in the room. But true influence often comes from speaking with intention rather than volume. And research from the University of California, UCLA, suggests that a calm, measured tone commands more attention than a raised voice. And this is simply because people naturally tune into voices that exude confidence and control. I mean, just think of powerful women in your life or just powerful female leaders like Michelle Obama. Her words are deliberate, her pacing is controlled, and yet she captivates an entire audience effortlessly. It's not about being silent, it's about using your voice strategically and impactfully. Or even just think of a woman in your life who is soft-spoken, but in a very confident way. Her words are probably soft, yet they carry undeniable weight. And speaking this way doesn't make you timid, it just makes you impactful. Another technique is to just lower your tone slightly when emphasizing important points. A study from Columbia University found that deeper, more controlled voices are perceived as more authoritative and persuasive. And my chic babes, the goal here really isn't to alter your natural voice, but to bring awareness to how you project your words. So instead of raising your pitch when you're excited or nervous, focus on grounding your tone, because this subtle adjustment shifts your presence from reactive to composed. So a simple way to practice this is to find a video on YouTube of a good speaker. After that, turn on the captions of the video, try reading along out loud as they speak. Notice how they modulate their tone and emphasize words with intention rather than force. This little practice will help you match their pacing, their tone, their clarity, making your speech sound more natural and even more confident. And over time, this will become second nature to you and your conversations will hold more weight. So once you master speaking with intention, the next step is refining how you move. Because after all, true femininity is not just in the words you speak, but in the way you carry yourself. Graceful movements exude elegance, while rushed or abrupt movements can sometimes signal anxiety and a lack of control. I mean, have you ever observed the way ballet dancers carry themselves? Their movements are intentional and fluid and poised. It's almost like they're floating. Even in moments of stillness, their presence commands attention. So this is a key element of feminine allure, moving with intention rather than impulse. And really, one way to cultivate this poise is through posture training. And I've shared this on my channel before, but not just that, many etiquette coaches also suggest this practice. So imagine an invisible thread pulling you upward from the crown of your head. This simple visualization strengthens your spine, lifts your chin, and creates an effortlessly elegant stance. Another practical trick is to practice walking with a book balanced on your head. And I know this may sound old-fashioned, but it forces you to really engage your core. And not just that, it forces you to move with deliberate control. Hand movements also play a significant role in how you are perceived. So instead of erratic gestures, try using open, expressive hand movements when you speak. So now that you've refined your voice and movements, let's shift our focus to an even deeper level of feminine energy, cultivating a nurturing presence that naturally draws people in. Femininity is deeply rooted in warmth and in the ability to create a space where others feel safe and understood. However, you have to be careful though, because this doesn't mean becoming an emotional caretaker to everyone you meet. Instead, it's really about practicing the art of presence, being fully engaged when someone is speaking to you. And studies from the University of California show that people who demonstrate active listening skills are perceived as two things: more attractive and more trustworthy. So this means maintaining eye contact, nodding slightly, and responding with genuine curiosity rather than judgment all the time. And a great example of this is Oprah Winfrey. Many of her interviews are so compelling, not just because of the questions she asks, but because of how she listens. And if you notice, she will lean in during interviews, she pauses before responding, and in many cases, she acknowledges the speaker's emotions in real time. So this simple practice makes people feel seen and also makes people feel valued, because body language plays a huge role. So open, relaxed shoulders and a genuine smile can instantly make others feel comfortable in your presence. And neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett explains that humans are wired to pick up on microexpressions. And even small shifts in body language can change how people perceive you. So as you cultivate a nurturing presence, your external presentation should align with the softness and warmth you project. And this actually brings us to the next essential element of femininity, and that is infusing softness in your style. So my chic babes, your outfit is your visual introduction before you speak. So the textures, the colors, and silhouettes you choose can communicate femininity effortlessly. Soft fabrics like silk, like chiffon, and cashmere have a natural, elegant feel, while structured, stiff fabric can sometimes create a harsher appearance. And fashion psychologist Dr. Carolyn Mayer suggests that the fabric we wear impacts our mood and also our behavior. When you slip into a flowy dress, your posture naturally shifts, you carry yourself with more ease and more grace. And beyond that, soft textures against the skin create a sensory experience that can boost confidence and relaxation. A cashmere sweater, for example, doesn't just look beautiful, it also feels like a gentle embrace, subtly affecting the way you move and engage with others throughout the day. And color psychology also plays a role in how you are perceived. So soft pastels, warm neutrals, and delicate florals evoke a sense of approachability and grace. However, remember that femininity in fashion isn't just about aesthetics, it's also about intention. So dressing in a way that makes you feel beautiful is an act of self-care. You know, whether it's choosing undergarments that makes you feel exquisite under your everyday clothes, or even selecting a scent that lingers subtly, these details create a sense of effortless sophistication. The way you present yourself externally is a reflection of how you feel internally. And this is why self-care rituals are an essential part of cultivating true femininity, which leads us to our next point: elevating your self-care rituals as a way to embody ease and grace. When speaking about femininity, it's so important to highlight that softness isn't about presence. It really begins from within. So prioritizing self-care allows you to embody ease and femininity effortlessly, which will help you radiate a sense of energy that others naturally gravitate towards. So this goes far beyond the occasional bubble bath or spa day. It's about crafting intentional rituals that nourish your mind and nourish your body. Psychologist Dr. Kristen Neff, who is an amazing leading expert on self-compassion, emphasizes that self-care is directly linked to self-worth. When you take the time to take care of yourself, you're reinforcing the belief that you're deserving of softness, of rest, and beauty in all aspects of your life. And a simple way to elevate your self-care is to romanticize the small moments. So for example, instead of rushing through your morning routine, savor it. Sip some herbal tea from a delicate cup. Take your time. Apply your skincare with gentle, circular motions, or take a moment to just inhale the soothing aroma of your signature perfume. These small acts really turn everyday routines into luxurious experiences. And research shows that engaging in sensory-based self-care practices like aromatherapy or even a silk bedding, these things reduces stress and enhances your overall well-being on top of everything. Another aspect of a refined self-care routine is just creating an environment that feels like a sanctuary. Because a woman who prioritizes self-care ensures that her surroundings reflect the tranquility she seeks within. And this can be as simple as keeping fresh flowers in her home. It could be playing soft classical jazz or even R&B music in the background, or even lighting up a candle with a scent that just suits you, kind of like what we do on this channel. And neuroscience studies reveal that ambiance has a significant impact on mood regulation, which really means the effort you put into making your space beautiful isn't just aesthetic, it's really psychological. Moreover, self-care also includes the mind, nourishing the mind to be specific. So for example, journaling your thoughts with a luxurious pen on a clean and organized desk or even a table can turn self-reflection into a ritual of elegance. Or even reading books that inspire you, listening to calming podcasts, or engaging in mindful breathing exercises are all ways to foster inner peace. So this internal softness will translate outward, influencing how you carry yourself and how you interact with the world, but also how you interact with yourself. When self-care becomes a priority in your life, you naturally exude an aura of ease and of grace. Now, this brings us to a quality that enhances feminine allure in an even more profound way, and that is embracing the power, girl, of mystery. There's an undeniable allure in a woman who carries an air of mystery. And this really isn't about playing games or withholding information for no reason. It's about preserving your energy and not feeling the need to over-explain yourself constantly, especially to the wrong people. Because in a world where oversharing is the norm, maintaining a sense of intrigue is a powerful and elegant choice. And psychologists studying social dynamics have found that people are naturally drawn to what they cannot fully decipher. The selective disclosure effect suggests that when you reveal information gradually rather than all at once, you really create a sense of curiosity and deeper engagement. Rather than diminishing intrigue, small glimpses into your world leaves people wanting to know more. When you keep certain aspects of your life, thoughts, and emotions slightly veiled, you naturally become more captivating. This doesn't mean being secretive. It means being intentional about who and when you share personal details of your life with. And a practical way to captivate mystery is refining how you speak. So instead of giving away every detail in a conversation, practice saying just enough to pique interest. So for example, when someone asks about your weekend, instead of listing every activity, because let's say you don't feel comfortable sharing that with that person, you might just say, "It was lovely. I spent some time doing things that bring me joy. How about your weekend? What were you up to?" This really invites curiosity and allows people to engage more thoughtfully rather than simply extracting information from you. The same applies to social media, you know? So instead of broadcasting every single moment, be intentional about what you share. The most elegant women maintain a balance of openness and privacy, ensuring that they remain intriguing. Mastering mystery creates an effortless allure, but mystery alone isn't enough. True feminine power lies in striking the balance between softness and strength, which leads us to embodying soft confidence. True femininity is not about being passive, it's about power wrapped in softness. A woman who knows her worth does not need to be loud or overly abrasive to command respect. She speaks with certainty and acts with intention. And confidence experts, the amazing Dr. Emmy Cuddy, known for her research on body language and presence, states that true confidence is not about dominance, but about self-assurance. And I couldn't agree more. People respond best to those who exude inner certainty rather than external aggression. And a great way to cultivate this type of confidence is to practice using calm yet firm tone when speaking. If someone interrupts you in a conversation, instead of snapping back or striking away or even shrinking yourself, you can pause, look them in the eye and say, "That's a good point, but I'd love to finish my thought if you don't mind." This approach is neither aggressive nor passive. It simply affirms your presence. Body language also plays a crucial role here. So standing tall with your shoulders relaxed and your shoulder just back, maintaining eye contact, moving with controlled gestures, all communicate confidence. Even something as simple as keeping your hands still while speaking instead of fidgeting constantly makes a huge difference in how you are perceived. Finally, self-confidence means knowing when to walk away as well. A truly confident woman does not beg for validation or force connection. She trusts that her energy will naturally attract the right kind of people and situations. And this unwavering sense of self leads beautifully into the next element of femininity, and that is creating beauty in your environment. Femininity is deeply tied to beauty, not just in personal appearance, but in the spaces we inhabit. So a cluttered, chaotic environment can create a restless mind, while a well-curated space fosters peace and elegance. And studies in environmental psychology suggest that our surroundings significantly impact our emotions, and a beautiful, harmonious environment enhances your well-being. I mean, think of how you feel when you step into a luxurious hotel lobby or a beautifully designed cafe. Think of the lighting, the scent, the colors, just the vibes in there. It all works together to create an atmosphere of sophistication. Now imagine bringing that same intentionality into your own space. And a simple way to do this is by incorporating elements of softness into your surroundings. Think of plush throw blankets, scented candles, soft lighting, or even delicate plates in your kitchen can change the entire environment. Something as simple as using a crystal vase, for example, for fresh flowers can make a huge difference, or even investing in high-quality bed sheets that can really turn your space into a sanctuary of calm. And color psychology also plays a role here. So soft neutrals like pastels and muted earth tones create a calming effect, while excessive clutter or harsh colors can really induce stress sometimes. Mary Kandu's philosophy of keeping only what sparks joy aligns beautifully with feminine energy. When your space is filled with intentional beauty, it nurtures your sense of ease and your sense of grace. So creating beauty in your environment also extends beyond just the aesthetics. It's really about fostering an atmosphere that aligns with your energy. Playing soft music, keeping the air fresh with essential oils, and setting a table with care all contribute to an environment that feels luxurious and inviting right at home. When your surroundings reflect harmony, your presence naturally exudes the same energy. And this ability to create beauty extends to how you handle emotions. Which brings us to the next key trait, honoring emotions while leading with poise. Femininity doesn't mean suppressing emotions, it means understanding them. It also means honoring them and expressing them with grace. Emotional intelligence is a key element of femininity, and it involves recognizing your feelings without allowing them to control your emotions. And studies in psychology suggest that emotional regulation leads to better decision-making, longer relationships, and an overall sense of well-being. Women who embody true elegance do not react impulsively all the time. They respond with intentionality. So my chic babes, allow yourself to feel, but try not to allow your emotions to dictate your every action, especially not in a way that constantly compromises your grace and who you are as a person. And this delicate balance is what makes emotional intelligence so powerful. And one of the best ways to cultivate emotional intelligence and emotional poise is by practicing the art of pause. So before reacting to a frustrating situation, take a moment. As silly as it sounds, you can even count to 3. And just allow yourself to assess the situation, allow yourself to assess your emotions, and choose how you respond. Rather than defaulting to an instinctive reaction, this small habit can make a dramatic difference in how you're perceived, but also how you feel internally. Another method is refining how you express vulnerability. Being vulnerable is not a weakness, it's a strength when done with intention. And if something is bothering you, instead of reacting with frustration, frame your words with clarity and composure. So, for example, instead of saying things like, "You never listen to me," try, "I feel unheard and I would really appreciate it if we can talk about it." The way you frame your emotions changes how they are perceived. But always remember that this strategy only works with people who see you as their peer and who can respect you. It will absolutely not work with toxic or manipulative people, so you can choose your battles and just save yourself the energy. So when you master emotional poise, you develop an unshakable sense of self. But beyond honoring your emotions internally, expressing gratitude externally is one of the most beautiful feminine traits. And this brings us to the next point, mastering the art of appreciation. Gratitude is a hallmark of softness, and a woman who appreciates life's small luxuries exudes effortless femininity. So appreciation goes beyond simply saying, "Thank you." It's really a way of living. It's a way of noticing the beauty in the simplest things and expressing gratitude with sincerity. And studies in positive psychology reveal that those who regularly practice gratitude are not only happier, but also more magnetic to others. And one great way to practice appreciation is by expressing it through gestures. A heartfelt compliment, a beautifully wrapped gift, or even a simple smile can really make someone's day. And another way is just by keeping a gratitude journal, and each day write down one thing you're grateful for, no matter how small. And personally, for me, gratitude is a huge component of my personal life. I even keep a gratitude jar where I write down things that I'm grateful for. So everything I share on my channel really consists of principles I have either mastered, I am currently implementing, or I plan to adopt in my life. But beyond that, I also share insights that align with both qualitative and quantitative science. And gratitude is not just an idea, it's an essential part of who I am as a woman. And that's because gratitude shifts your focus to beauty and to abundance, making your energy more radiant and inviting. Additionally, appreciating the present moment is an act of femininity itself. Savoring a meal, taking the scent of fresh flowers, or feeling the softness of silk pajamas against your skin. All of these elements, my chic babes, enhance your presence and deepen the connection to the world around you. And I personally find that living with appreciation elevates your energy, making you more attuned to the beauty in everything you see. But true femininity is not just about external beauty, it's really about cultivating a soft and a radiant presence from within. And this leads us to the next essential practice, rewiring your inner monologue. Oh my goodness, this is so crucial. So speak to yourself with the same sense of love and elegance you show to others. The way you speak to yourself shapes your self-image. It also shapes your confidence and even your personal presence. Because if your inner monologue is filled with criticism and self-doubt, it will reflect in your posture, it's going to show up in your facial expressions, and just in your overall energy. However, when you shift that self-talk to one of encouragement, grace, and self-compassion, everything about it changes. Psychologist Dr. Lisa Firestone explains that our internal dialogue has a profound impact on our mental health as well. Because when we replace harsh self-criticism with kind and constructive thoughts, we really rewire our brain to operate from a place of confidence rather than a place of fear. And this is why women who carry themselves with elegance often have an inner world that mirrors their outer grace. And a practical way to start this shift is by consciously replacing negative thoughts with gentle affirmations. So my chic babes, instead of thinking or telling yourself, "I'm not good enough for this," try saying, "I'm learning and growing, and that's enough." Instead of saying, "I don't look good today," say something like, "My presence is still radiant and magnetic, no matter how I look." Words carry energy, and the way you speak to yourself affects your self-perception deeply. And another way to nurture self-dialogue is through visualization. Before you enter a room, imagine yourself as a woman who embodies elegance and grace. Ask yourself, how would she think? How would she move? How would she speak to people, or how would she speak to herself? Embodying this visualization helps bridge the gap between who you are now and who you aspire to be. Speaking to yourself with love means treating yourself with the same kindness, with the same respect and admiration that you would offer someone you really care about. So this inner transformation naturally shifts your energy, making you more radiant and serene. And one of the most powerful ways to maintain this aura of femininity is through the way you breathe. Breathing is often overlooked, yet it is one of the most powerful tools for embodying femininity. The way you breathe affects your voice, it also affects your posture and your overall presence. Fast, shallow breathing signals stress and tension, while slow, deep breaths create a sense of calm. And studies on breath work reveal that mindful breathing not only reduces anxiety, but also enhances one's ability to remain present and composed. A woman who breathes deeply exudes a sense of energy that draws people in. I mean, have you ever noticed how graceful women never really seem to be rushed all the time or even out of breath? This is because they have mastered the art of controlled breathing. When you take slow and intentional breaths, your movements become more fluid, your voice is steadier, and your energy is just more magnetic. And one of the best techniques for cultivating a feminine aura is through diaphragmatic breathing. So this specific technique involves breathing deeply into your belly rather than shallowly into your chest. So to practice this technique, place one hand on your abdomen and the other hand on your chest. Then inhale deeply through your nose and mouth like this, allowing your belly to rise. Then exhale slowly like this. So this technique instantly slows your heart rate, relaxes your muscles, and enhances your posture. Breathing also affects how you speak. So a woman who speaks on the exhale like this, hello, rather than hello. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that made sense, but I hope you know what I mean. So rather than gasping for air in between sentences, you sound more controlled and more intentional when you speak this way. So this is why many coaches train public speakers and actresses to master breath control, because it makes their speech more captivating and authoritative. So incorporating breath work into your daily life is a subtle yet transformative way to enhance your femininity. Whether it's taking a nice deep breath before you enter a room, using mindful breathing during conversations, or even practicing breath-centered meditation, these habits will naturally refine your presence. Femininity is not about following a bunch of rigid rules that don't even make sense. It's about embodying a state of being, from the way you speak to the way you move, the way you nurture and even carry yourself. So each of these elements contribute to a presence that is effortlessly elegant, that is magnetic, and obviously deeply powerful. Remember that softness is not weakness, it's a power wrapped in grace. So by refining your voice, your movements, your presence, and self-care, you really cultivate a radiant feminine energy that is captivating and undeniable. So my question for you is, which of these practices resonated with you the most? Definitely let me know down in the comment section below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this with someone who might find this helpful as well. And now it is time to turn off the candle that we lit up at the beginning of the video. So let me grab my little candle, and you can grab yours if you're doing this practice at home as well, or you can just follow along. So my chic and beautiful babes, until our next encounter, let your uniqueness shine, let your self-love grow, and let your confidence inspire. And I will see you when? I will see you sooner than later. Oh, there you go. It's a wrap, baby girls. It's a wrap.